there's so many things every day that I do that reminds me that I'm not like how I used to be. I don't have my sight anymore. And that can be very frustrating, exhausting, tiring, and just, ugh. If you're interested in knowing what those are, that makes me just want to go like, dang, I'm disabled for real. Go ahead and keep watching. We're going to go ahead and get into this video. Welcome to Being Blackout, where we hear no evil, see no evil, and speak no evil. I'm your girl Blackout, and on this channel, we talk about everything deaf-blind. That is me. And we're going to go ahead and get into this video, because this video is one of those things where I'm going to talk about the 10 things. There's actually probably quite a bit more. But 10 things that make me go, wow, dang, I'm disabled for real, and it's crazy. I actually got this video idea from another blind YouTuber named Molly Burke. I'm probably gonna go ahead and link that video down below, cause so y'all know where I actually got this idea from. Because I thought it was so interesting. I watched it and I was like, yeah, there's quite a few things that really just like, oh, that grinds my gears. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so disabled, and I really wish I wasn't. I miss being able to see, but okay. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Number one, and this is in no particular order. Number one, walking into things. Oh my gosh. Just waking up in the morning, I'm like, oh, it's about to be one of those days because my whole life is an obstacle course now. Just as soon as I jump my foot get out that bed, I'm gonna be bumping into things. Now I know the general idea of my landscape in my house and where things are normally, but especially once I leave out my room because I live with other people, they might be moving stuff around or they might have a lot of things and didn't tell me that they put it there, and then I won't know until I'm like, what the heck was that? Get smacked right into. I walk into many doors and stairs and walls and couches and tables, countertops and boxes and Murphy. It's crazy. And or when I'm holding Murphy, poor little Murphy, I'm holding him and I'm walking with him to go do something, and then I walk into like a wall or a couch or something. You know how many times I said sorry, Murphy? I got better now. I don't really have to hold him too much anymore now. But yeah, I'm like, sorry, Murphy. Or when I didn't step on, surprisingly, I did not step on him too many times. There was times I stepped on because he is a small dog. A lot of people step on their small dogs, even when they can see. But he learned not to get in my way. You understand? Because I try to move carefully, but sometimes he got a little too excited, and then I accidentally stepped on his little foot and hear him scream. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But yeah, he's fine. So that's number one. Walking into things, oh, oh, definitely, I'm disabled. Okay. Number two, dropping things. Now, Molly Burke said in hers, and I was totally in agreement. I probably would have had on my video even without her, but dropping things. I was gonna make a little video on me dropping things like a little skit. I want to do that, like, because once it's dropped, if there's no one around to help me, it's gone forever. Likely, no, Now I bend over on the floor trying to feel it, crawling around. I search the whole floor for it, don't find it, and I'm like, hey, do you see that? And they're like, it's right there, and they pick it up and give it to you, and I'm like, okay, pretty thanks. Definitely blind. Like I really scoured the whole city for this thing, and it was right here, sitting right here in my face. So if I drop something, 9 times out of 10, it's lost forever to me. To them, they're like, "Why you leave this right there?" I was like, "Oh, because I couldn't find it. It was gone. It was into the oblivious." Okay, oblivion into the oblivion. Okay, so that's number two, where it makes me go, "Yep, I'm disabled." Number three is talking to someone who walked away. Hold on, my hearing aid. Talking to some, realizing someone walked away while I was talking to them. I'll just be sitting there having a conversation. My mom is very guilty of this, like a lot. It's mostly her, where I think I'm talking to her and having a conversation, like, and then I realize, or maybe I walk into a room and I thought I heard them, and they were there a minute ago, and then they're gone, and I'm like, da, 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 da. And then I'm like, hello, you there? Then I might hear her downstairs or in her room or somewhere far away, and then she's like, "I'm in here," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not there." All right, I'm like, "Oh, okay." You really just sat there and walked away while I'm in the middle of talking, but whatever. Okay, she was done with the conversation, even though I wasn't, but whatever. So that is Number 3, where I'm like, dang, I'm disabled. Number 4, looking in the wrong direction when I am speaking to someone. Now, I get a little embarrassed when I realize I'm not looking in that direction. Because this is more, well, I guess this is both of a hearing and my blindness working together to deceive me, where I am talking to someone and we're having a conversation, and then I'm like, am I looking at you? Or they're like, why are you over there looking over? I'm like, oh, or maybe I just realized it registered in my ear somehow, like, wait. I'm like, oh, wait, are you over here or are you over here? Because I'll be so used to this person might be over here. So a lot of times when I go talk to them, and so when they're over here, I'm like, oh, I'm just looking. I know once I was sitting in my room and my niece was in here talking to me, and she was at the door, but it sounded like she was over here by my windows. So I just assumed she was sitting by my window because I got like a little seating area. And I'm just looking over there talking to her, and she's really on this side. And then I was like, wait, I was like, where are you at? Are you over here? She's like, I'm over here by the door. I'm like, oh, I was like, you really just sat there and let me just be looking over in the opposite direction while you're over here? And she just laughed. And I do that often with just everyone. And I'm like, man, I'm really disabled. I'm really blind for real. Like, I can't see nothing. All right, number 5, using voiceover, Siri, and Alexa. I wish I never had to use those things. Before I went blind, I was never big on using Alexa or Siri. I never turned Siri on. I did not use voiceover. I probably played with voiceover, like, what's this? But I never used it. And it's a learning curve. I'm learning to get better at it. I'm learning how to use it better as I use it more now because I kind of need to, or as I explore more, having now that I do a little bit more on my iPad more than the basic things, or now that I'm getting a little bit tired of having, I'm like, oh, this is so exhausting how to do this. But I'm learning how to use voiceover in a more, I don't know, productive way. And then I don't like how illiterate it is. Voiceover series, like they can't read, but it's a whole mess. So using that really makes me, because it gets me frustrated. I just get so tired. Or when Alexa and Siri don't respond how I want them to, or they don't respond at all. So it's like, yep, I'm disabled. Next, number 6, asking people to repeat themselves, or me saying, huh, can you speak up? And then they get lower, or they get frustrated with you, or they're like, never mind. Or, or if it's in a group setting and they're just talking and I'm trying to keep up, but they're off and I can't really keep up. So I just sit back and let them talk and maybe zone in a little bit. Or maybe I'll catch something every now and then and I'll go ahead and talk. But for the most part, having to ask people to repeat themselves or trying to keep up in the conversation is really like, yep, I'm disabled and I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna walk away. I don't need to talk to y'all. It's hard enough talking to one person one on one, let alone in a group setting. So yeah, I'm disabled. Number 7, I guess I blended in with number 6 is with people, speak softer when I tell them, hey, I can't hear you, and they get lower. And I'm like, can you please just, it's like they get lower and lower and lower and lower like a little baby. All right, number 8, wanting to draw but not being able to. If you watch any of my other videos, well, only one other video, maybe 2 other videos, I mentioned I used to draw. I used to draw and I was getting pretty good at it. I like drawing. I do on and off growing up as from a kid up until, but then the last few years of having my sight, I was doing it more, like getting more consistent, especially posting on like Instagram and TikTok. And I was doing the traditional drawing in digital. And on my TikTok, I was starting to blow up just a little bit. I got up to like almost 4,000 like within a week or something because one of my drawings took off. And so I was like, okay, but then like that week, I think that week or the next week is when I couldn't see enough to be able to draw traditionally anymore and to post those because those videos were the ones that were getting the most views. When I did digital, I wasn't really getting that many views on TikTok like that with the digital one, but I was getting some. But um, so that was very sad. But I was mostly doing it because it was very therapeutic. It's kind of like drawing in a sketchbook. It's kind of like your little journal. So for those who journal, it's kind of like a journal. Like you get your thoughts in there, and things. I was never a journaler. Well, kinda. Although I liked writing too. I used to like writing a lot. I'd write a lot in journals, not my own thoughts. I used to write stories and everything. Um, since I was a kid, I always wanted to write a book, a fictional book. Now I am writing a fictional book. So if you want to know anything more about that, comment down below because I am writing a book about not necessarily kind of my personal journey. It's a fiction book of a woman named Zora who is a Black African American woman who has hearing loss. It's basically my story, but in a fictional sense, in a fictional tale. But with my experiences and my feelings and how I felt on it, so I can relate to it so hard. I relate to it so hard. So if you're interested in following that journey, leave a comment down below and I can definitely go ahead and come up with some videos on that and how I'm able to write those books. Anyways, back into it. Used to write a lot, journaled, a little bit, or maybe I'd write down. It wasn't like a full journal, but like sometimes I write down in a journal. But yes, I did words and stuff, but drawing really it really helped me. So I get so sad and upset sometimes when I just want to draw because I was getting so good. I was getting so much better. I have an old TikTok that's probably still up. I never deleted it. I deleted the Instagram. I had more on my Instagram, but I deleted it. But on my Facebook, I think it's called 47 Art. I'm not sure if there's an underscore after 47 Art or if it's just 47 Art. So you can go ahead and check that out. I think the icon the picture, the profile picture is a drawing of a woman with curly hair looking over her shoulder. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you think about that too. Whatever. So that was number 8. I miss drawing and I can't, and that sucks so much. And I'm like, man, I'm really disabled. Number 9, cooking a real meal. So I miss cooking a real meal. Like when I was going I had like a slither of sight left in this eye, and I was really out here cooking it up in the kitchen from scratch. I was making my own tortillas, making my own enchiladas from scratch. I was making a lot of things from scratch because it was really fun. It was giving me something to do because I didn't really have much to do because I was blind, newly blind, so I didn't know what to be doing out here. Now I could probably still cook from scratch if I really wanted to, but I feel like it's such a hassle. It's such a um obstacle. Like it takes much longer. I mean, practice makes perfect. So once you really get into it, you learn how to do it, whatever. But sometimes people be moving stuff from where I have it, and I don't be knowing where anything is at anymore. Because when you're blind, you gotta be organized. You gotta know. Don't touch this. This has to stay here, so that way you know where it's at. Because you can't just see like other people. Like, oh, here this is. Here this is. It's a whole thing. And then also I have a gas stove type. I don't have one of those induction stoves that some blind people have where it only heats up when you got like your pot on there and so you won't burn yourself. This gas is full on fire. I'm scared I'm gonna set the house on fire. And I don't wanna do that. Um Especially since I've been hearing about all these fires lately, not only in California, but around the way, 2 houses caught on fire recently. That was scary. And so it's very close by. So I'm very paranoid. But I mean, not to say I can't do it, blind people can't do it. It's more hassle for me to go ahead and just do that. So being able to cook a real meal and versus just because I'm also not kind of, I am lazy. So it's just easier just to get those prepackaged meals. Now I get so tired of that. I really want a real meal, the healthier stuff, than a prepackaged meal that's easy just to pop inside of the microwave or to pop inside of the air fryer and be done. But it is what it is right now. That's where I'm at, and I'm like, man, I'm really disabled. That's number 9. Number 10. Last but not least, number 10. Trying to figure out what the heck Murphy Lee is doing. What is that dog up to? What is he doing? Is he pooping? Is he peeing? Is he chewing on something? Where is he at? I mean, now if I call him, he'll come for the most part. Sometimes he want to be a little defiant and not come. Or he might be right there, right in front of my face, and he's like, "Well, you can't see me." I'm like, "No, you gotta touch me so I know where you at." So he'll probably touch me and then run away, or he'll touch and get under my hand so I can feel him or whatever. But especially when he was before he was even this trained, trying to figure out what he was doing, such a frustrating thing. Like, what is he doing? Where he at? I'm always asking somebody, and they're like, "He's doing this," or they don't want to have to answer me all the time. I'm like, is he messing with this? Is he messing with that? Where he at? Is he playing with the toy? Is he not playing with the toy? You gotta be paranoid. Is he peeing? Is he pooping? Because he's done that quite a few times. And I'm like, oh, I'm so disabled. So disabled. But it's other than, I mean, it can be very frustrating and very challenging, and the struggles are real. I mean, it's still doable. It's doable being deafblind, and I'm doing it. It got some of the times it's not that bad, but I am out here just I'm struggling, but it's fine. Okay, so that is the 10 things that make me go, wow, I'm really disabled. If you can relate, do you have anything that makes you go, wow, I'm disabled, or wow, whatever? Like, what is those? Go ahead and comment down below. If you're blind or if you're deaf, go ahead and comment down below. Or have any other disability, go ahead and comment down below that makes you really realize, like, dang, I'm disabled for real. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys to it. Go ahead and watch some of my other videos to even figure out how I even got here, how I got to this point. And that's if you're not already watching those. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for more videos like this. And I'm going to go ahead and go. Let's get it, let's go. Let's get it, let's go. Oh, let's go. Bye.